Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the playoffs are continuing here, and we are back in the Titan League. Now, I'm joined by a Titan League playoff semi-finalist right now, and that is Ventus over here. Ventus, you caught the dub earlier today. How you doing, man? I know you're doing pretty good, though.
The glaze. I can't handle it. I can't. No, I'm doing great. I think we had a good series. I think we're ready for the semis. We got to deal with a little bit of some issues for semifinals and scheduling and stuff. So we'll have to see. But I'm super excited. I think this match specifically is probably the most anticipated of the night. I think that out of all the games that I've seen, it's probably the closest in skill level. I know you might not necessarily think the same, but I think this one is a really good game. It's the other side of the bracket for me. It'll be the last semifinalist in Titan League. And I am hoping that it goes the distance. I really want to see some crazy plays, and I mean these players, Bluey, Geo especially, are going to just absolutely pop off.
Yeah, and I'm glad you didn't say a certain player's name. That guy might be the worst player in the league. But right now we do have Diversion versus Dragons, like you said, and I am going to predict Diversion in a 4-1. We've seen two 4-1s today already, Ventus, and that's what I kind of think we're going to get here. I mean, I think these Titan players, they're already in the lobby. They're ready. And usually we got to wait a couple minutes for these guys. They're usually pretty slow. But these guys, they're to it. They're ready. But man, just looking at some of these obviously you have the big names. You have Vulcan, Bluey, Geo, and I think you really got to look out for the lower guys because Sean K on Dragons and Cottony on Diversion can really pop off, and Sean on Diversion as well. Actually, last time I played, I casted them. I think Sean played the best, so I think obviously they're all Titan League players, but I think the lower Sal guys are going to determine who wins this one. We'll have to wait and see. I got Diversion in 5. Vulcan, what is your prediction for this? Or Vulcan, Ventus, what is your prediction for this one as we get game number 1 kicked off?
Vulcan just living in your head, man. I think I'll play devil's advocate. I think Dragons are gonna take the series in 7. I think Sean K is a very good enabler, which is exactly what Bluey and Vulcan need. He plays a similar role as I do in my team, just trying to give space and time for your teammates and allow them to have a lot of possession on the ball. That's what Bluey and Vulcan need to do to thrive in this game. It's a great save coming up from Bluey, but the follow-up's even better. Cottony reads the pass out, and is able to cut that one off, putting Diversion up early. It might fluctuate my prediction a little bit, but I think I'll still go with Dragons in 7.
I'm glad you're picking the Dragons because somebody needs to, but it is a Diversion lead here early. Sean now going to wait for Vulcan's touch. Vulcan's going to look to pop in mid here. Has Sean K in the middle. Sean going to block his brother right there. They're not actually brothers, but I like to think so. Now, Cottony looking for a follow-up. Doesn't have any boost, so it's going to be Vulcan passing that one back to Geo. Geo towards the ceiling. Goes for the double. That one off the backboard. A little awkward. Bluey's touch. Not great. Sean's shot is on target and sneaking it past Sean K. A great play there from Geo and good patience here from Diversion. Wait for that clear.
Yeah, and just not a very good touch from Bluey. I mean, a great play there from Geo, putting it very awkward off the backboard, but I'm kind of looking at Bluey just to never make mistakes, and I think that's a big one as well. But I think the defensive rotation from Dragons is really what let him down. There was nobody in the midfield to cut and get a touch on that play. It seemed like they were all out of whack. Maybe a couple of bumps or demos came through that I did not see, but it just looked like there was nobody there to actually help Bluey out and cover in the midfield. So even though he did get a lackluster touch, somebody should have been there for the follow-up. And it just seems like the Dragons, they're just getting beat out in the midfield. Another bump comes through, but a crazy save coming out from Sean K, and Geo is trying to take advantage of it while he can. But Dragons seem to be getting off to a really slow start, as this is just an open net for Diversion there. They're going to go up 3-0, and just a little bit, maybe the Dragons are still slumping a little bit.
Yeah, maybe, but man, I hate to say it. This is how the Dragon team always is. Like, they take a couple games to warm up, and in the regular season, they take a couple series to warm up. It's just how it goes. I feel like this team, they're never really completely, like, tuned in, unless it's Bluey absolutely just solo playing, as he's trying to do right now, trying to get that dunk. Now, Bluey looking for the shot. It's going to be a fake. Vulcan, the 50 goes towards the corner. Geo with some boost. Sean K a little caught out here. No touch. Geo gonna hit that one off the backboard. Vulcan's gonna have the touch and the follow. Cottony gonna be there for the read. Gets the bump. Doesn't get the touch on the ball. Sean with 1 touch, but it's going to be Vulcan once again collecting this one. No boost to work with, but 2 players from Diversion in the corner. A missed touch there from Sean K. And a couple missed touches from this Dragons defense is going to allow more pressure here for Diversion. Gio looking for the pass across. Vulcan finally able to get it clear. Those dangerous missed touches, as once again Dragons have 0 boost to work with. Sean with the 50. Bluey has the only player with boost on his team, looking for the clear out, able to get it, able to get a follow-up from Sean K, as well as that ball bounces mid off of Cottony and Sean double committing there. Vulcan with 1 touch, doesn't get the follow. Cottony's going to be there, looking for the double. Bluey already on the backboard, ready for that one. Able to get a better touch this time as he's able to get that ball clear. Down to Sean K. Sean K's touch going to be met by Gio. A huge dunk on the backboard. Vulcan shot, just kidding, gets a touch towards the backboard there. And a huge double from Sean getting that ball clear. Gio looking for the follow. Bluey not going to have the touch, and Gio maybe trusted a little bit, maybe didn't have the boost for the corner read. Either way, it's a counterattack here for the Dragons, who desperately need the goal, and they finally get one.
Yeah, and I feel like the Dragons just have not been making very good contact when they do, and they've been missing very frequently. Maybe the speed of Diversion getting to them, but Dragons are a very strong team. I think that they're a very fast team, very offensive orientated. So when I see them being put on the back foot for basically the entirety of this game so far, it's very questioning, and I'm a little bit concerned for the Dragons. I know that they need a couple games to warm up. They usually will ramp it up towards the end of the series. But I mean, if you take and lose 2 of the games, game 1 and 2, it's really tough to be able to come back. And I mean, you have to play basically perfect. You can drop a game for just about anything. And so losing games early is never a recipe for success. And a great shot there, but a good save from Bluey. Double commits galore coming out from Dragons, though, and they really got to clean up not only the defense, but just the trust in each other and the overall just working on a better rotation, because you just see so many mistakes in their rotation, so many misses, so many lapses in their rotation.
As Vulcan is able to get the beat on Gio as the last man there. A huge play here. Vulcan showing off he does have the ability to air dribble. A huge touch here over Gio. Cottony, no boost to get back. Gio a little aggressive there on that 3rd-man challenge. I feel like if he just waits, Vulcan can't do much with that ball. It's a little too far out in front of him. But you know, in the end, it's a goal for Dragons here, and now they're starting to mount a little bit of a comeback as Cottony gets that ball cleared down. A minute remaining, a double commit here from Dragons. Bluey has to try to cut it off. Sean's going to cut that one, though, and Vulcan barely gets the touch over on Bluey. Is going to be there. Vulcan looking for the 50. That ball, 50 beautifully by Cottony. Couldn't get the follow, though, as Sean K has 1 up the ceiling. Try to follow it, but did not get the flip reset. Now Gio towards the backboard where Vulcan's waiting, but Vulcan not able to do anything. Gio also gets the demo. Sean off the crossbar. Vulcan finally able to make the save. Able to get that ball towards Sean K as well. Vulcan now with the 100 boost. No ball, though, as a huge dive there from Cottony. The shot there, not good enough, though. And now Sean K looking for the counterattack with Bluey in tow. Sean K, 1 touch, and looking for the pass down mid. Sean gonna stop that in his tracks, and Vulcan biding his time, going towards the sidewall. Vulcan in the air, can be dangerous sometimes. No shot there, and doesn't get the touch off the fake as well. And now it's gonna be Bluey's turn. And this is why Dragons are so good. They're always there. Doesn't matter if they miss the ball, if they score the ball. Somebody's always going to be there. Bluey now looking for the touch towards the sidewall. Gio going to hit that one to the ground. We have a winner of Game 1. It's Diversion in kind of a dominant and I felt like they were dominating the first 2.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. And then I feel like the Dragons really stepped it up a notch. And I think, at least defensively, they didn't get scored on. They had a couple good counterattacks, so I think the Dragons started to find themselves a little bit there in the latter half of that game.
Yeah, they started to speed it up, but they're still making a lot of mistakes, and there are just a lot of issues overall with their team. Maybe the server reset that they requested for is going to help out. I'm a little skeptical. I think that overall the Diversion played a better game, and they deserve to win it. I still think they left a couple holes in their rotations. They are very all or nothing on offense, leaves a lot of options for counterattacks and long clears. So they need to be careful of that as well. But they played a better game than the Dragons did. Dragons did start to ramp it up at the end. They were starting to outspeed frequently. We'll have to see in game number 2 if they're able to continue and build off of that, or if it's going to be very reminiscent of game 1 where Diversion is going to come out very aggressive and be able to just kind of beat Dragons out, capitalize on their mistakes, and just overall play a better, faster game.
Yeah, and now I want to see like the consistency come out from the solo plays of Dragons because I felt like that's kind of I feel like they had a lot of time, a lot of opportunity for it. Now, obviously, you're not going to make every solo play work. They're going to make some saves, but I want to see at least a solo play into a pass or something. I felt like their goals, they felt like they were. I mean, they were just counterattacks. It felt like, and so I feel like Dragons, they got to find a more sustainable offense here going into game 2. As now Sean K going to look for the pass down, but Sean is going to have that one answered, and now he's looking for the pass across. Bluey no boost. Geo couldn't get there before Vulcan did, and a huge demo on to Cottony on the other end. Bluey now looking for the solo play, gets the flip reset, gets the bump on Cottony as well. Sean K looking for the 50, and Vulcan gonna fake chow that one and lets it go right by him. Cottony now looking for the cut across. Vulcan able to get a hand on that one. Sean up in the air. Bluey meets him. Sean still a little bit of possession here. Not a whole lot of boost though. Trying to find the pass across. Cottony committed a little too hard. And Geo rushing back, able to grab some boost. Sean K says, I'll take that one. Don't worry about it. Vulcan looking for a touch, maybe a touch too much. I don't know. Sean K was able to get there. Sean K looking for the double. That one straight down. Bluey not going to be there. Sean cuts it across. Sean looking for a beat on one. Bluey buying this time. Gets a beat on one. Does get demoed, however. Geo towards the sidewall looking for the touch. Vulcan gonna beat him to it. Sean up in the air. Nobody up with him. Bluey challenging now. Looking for the 50. That one going towards the sidewall. Can be dangerous, but a huge touch there from Sean K. Gets that one downfield. A double commit, but it's a great shot from Vulcan. Gets saved away by Geo. Still tied 0-0. And a huge demo there, but the Dragons, I feel like they have definitely picked up the pace here, Vulcan. I called you Vulcan again. He's on my mind. Ventus, this one is going to be a barn burner, it feels like, because both these two teams, I feel like, have finally shown up for the series.
Yeah, and might be an own goal here off of the two bounces off post from Bluey and Vulcan combining, but it does not go in. And yeah, I think Dragons have done a lot better. They've been holding the midfield line really well. I think Sean K has gotten a good couple demos in the midfield, especially on that third man, forcing Diversion to have to fall back. I think that it's been a much cleaner game. Obviously, nothing's happened yet, but as I say that, Sean K has a wide open net. I didn't think Bluey got the beat through Cottony there on the 50, or Sean there on the 50, but either way, it's going to be an open net for Sean K. He's going to just take that one. Dragons take the lead, and it feels a little bit like it was about time. I think Dragons had such a good midfield presence that they were taking out all the players from Diversion in succession. They were able to beat them out and get them to use resources, and once that happened, it only took one demo and one beat to get an open net. So good play for the Dragons. Love to see that they ramped up now. Started off really slow, but now it seems like they are in form, and that's what I want to see. And this is why I think that Dragons could really take this series to a Game 7 and potentially get the win, because obviously Diversion has shown that they can do amazing things, but Dragons are also have been the #1 team for majority of the season. And I almost had to eat my words, but this is going to be a very close series.
Yeah, it's going to be close for sure, and that is the second time a ball has hit off like one post into the other one on this Dragons net. So a little scary for him. However, it is still a 1-goal lead as Geo just claims that one. Vulcan going to send it right back. That is just so generous of him as Cottony goes in the air. Bluey doesn't get the touch. Sean also double committed there, but Geo is going to have the 50. Bluey wins it. No boost to work with, so Cottony going to be the first one there. Vulcan to the corner. Cottony looking for the shot. That one's off the backboard. Really awkward for Sean K. The shooter wasn't ready for it. Cottony now going to leave that one for Geo. Geo gets beat. Bluey up in the air. This is the dangerous man you got to look out for. A huge 50. The shot coming through from Vulcan. Not able to get through Geo. Cottony with some boost. Can he cook? I know this man in ones is usually pretty high. No sauce right there, though, and a huge save from Sean K. But Cottony again with the cut. Geo looking for the pass down, but no shooter close enough. A minute 20 remaining. Still 1-0 lead for the Dragons here. I feel like Diversion, specifically Cottony, I feel like has kind of stepped up the pace. I don't know if it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. Geo trying to make it work here, though. No touch there from Vulcan, but Sean K knew he was going to miss that time. Sean K going to send that one down. Cottony taking control. Cottony now looking for the pass across. Geo and Cottony both go for that ball, and somehow it ends in Bluey's lap. Connie now looking for the pass across. Sean K says, thank you very much, I'll take that one. Hits it to the backboard. Looking for a follow-up. It's going to be Connie. No, Connie doesn't get the touch. Vulcan now with at least a good 50 here. Could get in the midfield instead. Gio's going to have the clear. Sean off the corner. Connie in the air. Connie no boost left to work with. Going for the flip reset. Doesn't get it. Oh, he does. Gets the wave dash towards the corner as well. Bluey with some time. Bluey with a nice flick. Running out of time here. 30 seconds. Can they, Diversion, make one goal happen this game? Dragons have locked it down on defense as Connie hits that one to the backboard. Sean has to be up for this one. Drops it down. No shooter coming through. A huge clear. 20 seconds remaining. Maybe one more attack in him as Connie goes for the 50. Gio goes for the beat. Connie goes for the bump. Bluey with the save. Vulcan gets an insane boost spawn and gets the clear. A huge pinch. Gio now looking for the counter. Gio off the backboard with had 100 boost. Doesn't have it now. Connie, he has the shot. And Bluey doesn't have the save. A huge shot from Connie. The counter attack for Diversion. Ventus, what a play.
Yeah, and you see the bump coming through on Bluey. Sean doing his best to try to get him there. Almost makes a save though, Bluey. And I mean, 1 second left. You hope that you're able to hit it to the crossbar, have it bounce bar out. But we have overtime in game number 1. Very rightfully so. I feel like both these teams have been playing so close. Dragons and Diversion have been playing in the midfield almost non-stop, constantly challenging for each other. It's a crazy skim touch. This one's midfield. Bluey, open shot. Not going to be a very good one, as it almost went in anyways. And it looks like we are probably in store for a long overtime, but I know as soon as I say that, I cast across everything, and yep, that would be it right there. You know, at least I'm self-aware, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's just how it goes. Vulcan doesn't get the touch here. Connie going for the bump onto Bluey, I think, was like, it stopped him from jumping, right? And so Sean did have the shot in the end, and I think Connie kind of ramped it up. I think he was cutting a whole lot more, and I don't think the Dragons were expecting it. I think in the first half, though, Dragons looked really solid and really good, but in the second half of that game, it felt like Connie just kind of played that disruptor role. And that's all he had to do. But I will say, it looked like a couple times, you know, whenever you cut that much, you're going to double commit. It's going to happen. So Dragons got to look for those opportunities. But as a whole, what a great bounce back game it felt like from the Dragons here. But still down 2-0 in the series. Still plenty of series left to be played, though. And now I'm just saying, your 4-3 Dragons prediction not looking too great right now, Ventus. I'm not going to allow you to switch, though. You're sticking to that one. But Diversion, I think they still have another gear, and I kind of want to see them hit that. But Dragons, I think they also have another gear. So I think this series can get even crazier, but we just got to wait and see what happens here in Game 3.
Yeah, and the one thing I wanted to point out was the 8 demos on the side of Diversion, just eliminating everybody of the Dragons off the pitch. They were very threatening. They continued to just assault the net, but as I say that, Sean K is doing his job of putting that one in the back of the net as well. A good kickoff early, Sean K getting the beat, Connie pre-flipping a little bit too far, allowing a little bit of a hole in the net to appear, and I feel like I'm really wanting Bluey to step up. I know that he is arguably one of the best players in Titan League, but it feels like he hasn't been all there. It hasn't been as threatening, and he hasn't been getting as great of a touch. We see a lot of mistouches in games 1 and some in game 2, so the Dragons need to step up. I still think that they have another level to play at. We'll have to see if Diversion can keep them from reaching their potential, or if they have another gear themselves like you were talking about, and that's really going to be the name of the game. And especially looking at this future outlook, they need to get this one. You can't really come back, you can't really reverse sweep in a game 7, so Dragons really need to come out and win this game, and at least they have a 1-goal lead to do so.
1-goal lead. They had a 1-goal lead for a lot of game 2. Wasn't enough to take it away. Diversion, they kind of stole the last game, looking to at least put up an early fight here as Bluey goes in the air, gets a beat on Connie, still has plenty of boost to work with, and this is the Bluey we know and love! That's the solo play we've been looking for. A 2-0 lead here for Dragons, and a great play by Bluey.
Yeah, I mean, just beautiful. He gets the reset pop past one, and then he just plays the 50. He waits to see where Gio commits to. Gio plays backboard. All he's got to do is just wait and play the low 50, put it in the net, And I mean, such a smart play there from Bluey, and he might get another one, but that one off the post, the follow-up though, not on target either. And I mean, maybe I spoke a little too soon. It seems like Bluey might have heard me, and he is stepping up his game because he's like, I can't let some random Titan League player tell me that I'm not playing well. I gotta step it up now. And you know, a great play from him. I'm hoping that the Dragons are able to continue. But as I say that,
yeah,
it just goes right in the net.
I mean, to be honest, don't know what we expected here. Just a Geo with a huge dunk. But Vintage, let's get one thing straight. You're not a random, all right? You are a very well-respected Titan League player. You are the #1 seed in Titan League. You are not a random. Now that's out of the way, I know Bluey knows your name, so there you go. Cotney, going to the air, going to the ceiling. Cotney, you got one more in ya. He had a double jump off the ceiling, so he did not have the flip, but Geo with a nice touch. Bluey on the backboard, they're going to have a free clear. Sadly, only Vulcan is downfield. Trying to get a play on this one. Geo going to win that 50 here. Sean K gets bumped as well. A little bit of chaos in this corner, but Vulcan is going to be the one with the ball. Geo still gets a touch on it, though. Sean not going to go for that touch. As now Geo looking for a pass down mid. Sean K trying to get the 50. A triple commit from Dragons, but sometimes that's what you got to do. And now the counterattack is here. The shot from Sean K. And what just happened?
Yeah, I mean, Sean just completely missing the ball on the backboard. Not going to be able to follow it up. Blue just leaving it for Sean K. He puts it in the back of the net. I mean, it's not a pretty goal by any means from the Dragons, but they need that buffer. Diversion showing that they can come back into a series late. And so being able to get another goal and capitalize on that big mistake, and another potential mistake there is leaving Sean last back, but a fake challenge by Vulcan is going to leave the net wide open, and Diversion take full advantage of that one there. Geo, a great shot though, kind of catching Vulcan off guard, expected him to play it to the corner, and Diversion putting them back within reach of the tie, and one step away, or one step closer to regaining the lead and forcing a Game 4 potential sweep.
Would be a sweep of all time. That's just, it would be kind of, you know, how it goes, but I feel like today we're getting a lot of 4-1s. We'll have to see though. Geo has some boost, but Vulcan gonna be the first one there. Instead, he just likes to give it to Geo. Does get another touch on it as Bluey pops that one high. Vulcan though not allowing Bluey to go for that one, as he did bump him, but Bluey still gonna pass it over to Sean K. Sean K looking for the double. Doesn't have the touch. Vulcan now off the sidewall, looking for the shot, but it's going to be Connie getting the clear. Connie with some boost. Sean K with a nice fake challenge. Taking control, looking for a flick, at least looking for a 50, and he wins it big. Geo wasn't expecting Sean to get bodied like that by Sean K, but one Sean was stronger today. Geo now flick towards the backboard, and Bluey looking for one more touch. Sean, I thought he was looking for one more touch, and so did Sean, but Bluey went under instead. Now Geo has a little bit of time in the air, has a little bit of boost. He's a little behind the ball, though, so Sean K is going to have the touch. Oh, it's a fake from Cotney over to Sean. Geo shot, he's going to go sky high, and that one could have been the equalizer. Instead, it's going to be Cotney and going for the air dribble. Vulcan doesn't have the boost for it. Cotney with one touch, couldn't get it past another, but still, that is the kind of opportunity you're looking for as Diversion. Geo maybe not had the easiest shot in the world. I think it was scoreable, though, and Vulcan doesn't get the touch. Cotney doesn't get the touch. Sean now looking towards the backboard. Bluey a little awkward. Crazy things are happening right now, but still no goal for the Dragons. They're somehow making it work.
Yeah, very questionable plays coming out, a lot of mistakes, but they were not punished for it, and this might just be an open net. Connie gonna get back in time, and I mean, the teams are playing very close. I think that I don't want to discredit Dragons. I just feel like from what I've seen out of them, I know that they have a higher ceiling than what they're playing at, and I think specifically I'm looking at Vulcan, and I mean, you might be happy that I'm pointing that out, but I just feel like his touches haven't been very good. His missed touches have ended up getting into really bad spots, and I feel like he's trying to play too fast for himself. He's getting a couple misreads. He's not utilizing his boost as much, and I feel like it's really limited this Dragons team. Usually you can rely on Vulcan and Blue to kind of be like a two-headed monster, and Sean K just kind of has to be an enabler, but Sean K really has stepped up and kind of taken over the role that I expect Vulcan should be doing. And I feel like that's what you see the Dragons not being as high of a ceiling. You see them start to make mistakes, but it looks like they are potentially going to go hold on to this lead, and Dragons at least take game number 3, avoid the sweep. But now you might have your perfect prediction of 4-1.
I mean, it's just written in the stars. Everybody knows that it's going to be a 4-1 kind of day. But we'll have to see if Dragons can continue this level of success. I don't think you are wrong in your assessment, by the way. Shout out Vulcan. He is a friend, but I am his biggest hater, and I will continue to be his biggest hater. We'll have to see if he can step it up here, because 132 points, not going to cut it if you are in the Titan League playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We'll have to see, as it looks like maybe a timeout. No, Connie just hadn't joined yet, but Dragons, excuse me, Dragons and Diversion ready for this game 4 here. Kind of an important one. Do Dragons kind of pick it back up, take the series back under control, tie it up, make it a best of 3? Or do we see a 3-1 match point lead? That one almost getting us started early as Gio's shot rang off the post. And 10 seconds in, Diversion playing with some fire. They kind of felt like they had a lot of pressure. Like, call me crazy here, Vinces. I feel like they had a lot of pressure, and somehow the ball didn't go in the back of the net. I really don't know how the Dragons were doing it. Felt like some witchcraft. But at the same time, I felt like I saw a lot of bad mistakes. As Connie might have overcommitted there. He has the save that time. But Diversion last game, I felt like they were turning it up towards the end of the game, not able to get the final goal. But going into this game 4, I expect the pace to still be in favor of Diversion here.
Yeah, I think Diversion had most of the pressure for the game, and I think that they just weren't able to capitalize. I think the biggest thing was they didn't have nearly as many demos. I might be wrong, but they weren't meaningful bumps or meaningful demos. In game number 2, you saw Sean get a crucial bump on Bluey to make it so he was not able to save that last second goal to tie the series, and then I believe they had another couple demos that allowed them to get the goal in overtime. And so I feel like demos have kind of been the bread and butter, as we might see a potential shot there. Great save from Bluey, but that's what you see, right? The last man from the Dragons roster gets blown up, and they have to miraculously make a diving commit save, and they've done so with surprising success, right? I don't think that it's a very longevity-wise, it's not a very clean game plan or a good idea, but it just shows that Dragons have been able to hold on and keep themselves in it while being so under pressured. And I mean, if that's the way things happen and Dragons prove that they can withstand all the pressure without cracking and allowing more goals, then maybe it's time that Diversion needs to switch things up. We haven't seen that many passing plays. Mostly it's been solo plays, like this flip reset, Connie looking for a shot, but it hasn't netted much success for them, and they've just been utilizing the pressure to kind of hope that the Dragons' defense breaks, and they haven't done so far.
This might be the opportunity for it to break, though. A great pass there. The play we're looking for, just a little off the mark. That one would have been a nice early, I say early, we're halfway through this game already, but I mean, a nice 1-goal lead is kind of what Diversion, I think, are looking for, as they pound the net with shots here, and that one rings off the crossbar and out. Gio with the touch of a lifetime right there. Sean now, shooting opportunity, but he's going to take this one to the corner. Playing a little slow. Vulcan having to pop that one up. Vulcan now looking for a follow, but it's going to be Sean K getting under that one. Cotney now taking this time. Maybe popping this one up high. Going for another solo play. Bluey doesn't get the touch, or get the flip, half flip to the backboard, so it was a free double there for Cotney. Sent it across mid. Nobody from the Dragons or from Diversion were there. As Gio had to make the touch. Vulcan almost had the shot to save his career, but that one goes wide. Sean now looking for a clear downfield, trying to get a follow. Bluey's going to be there. Bluey up in the air, trying to get a beat on one. He goes for the bump instead. Vulcan going to take it. That one on target. Bluey, do you have the read? Oh my goodness, what a play.
Yeah, and it's such a smart play, getting the pop, looking for the bump on Cotney, but Vulcan really able to just outspeed Cotney there, who is pre-jumping, and I mean, just great speed from Vulcan, good beat, goes right towards Bluey's path line, and he's able to get a good redirect. Sean, unfortunately, just kind of having to defend on an island, didn't have much help, didn't have another force in the midfield or another cut, and so when you have to make a save like that again, one-on-one against Vulcan, Bluey, and oh my gosh, I Don't know how the ball is not finding the back of the net with how many shots Diversion has, but this one is finally going to break through. We've seen, I think, 3 crossbars this game. I think we saw like 2 or 3 last game, and maybe it's just Diversion are just unlucky.
Unlucky, bad shooting, call it what you want. However, they are tied. It doesn't matter what the score, how the score goes in, it doesn't matter. They're tied, and I think Diversion will take that. Although I think Dragons, at the same time, will definitely take that here because they have been getting their nets pummeled. But it is still 1-1, and a couple of huge demos here. Shanke goes in the air. Vulcan looking for the 50. Cotton's going to beat there, gets the beat on Shanke. Bluey, last man back, has to play the pass and the shot, but it's a great pass there from Cotton. Gio gets the shot to go just wide. Bluey with a great save there. Now Cotton with a great 50. Shanke's up, playing the Bluey touch, but it's going to be a touch around him. Gio up in the air. Vulcan no boost. Shanke goes up with them. Gio gets a bump on Bluey. Vulcan with 0 boost. Connie trying to take control of this one. Doesn't have much boost himself. Looks at the pass mid. Sean didn't believe. Sorry, Sean didn't believe. Sean K did. And he was there. The pinch with Bluey for the clear. A huge touch from Gio. Connie up in the air. Doesn't get the touch. Now looking for Sean's follow. Connie trying to put that one on. Oh my goodness, would have been an insane angle. Instead, Gio towards the corner. Looking for the bump and he gets it. But Bluey's going to have the save. Cotney pops that one up high. Looking for one more touch, maybe towards the midfield. Gets the beat. Oh, but Bluey is already there. That man has been amazing on defense. Vulcan getting the beat in the midfield. It's just Sean back. Bluey doesn't get the beat, but it's still towards the corner. Sean K has to try to get the shot here. Going for the double. The flip reset's good. Bluey shot. Gonna get saved away. And Vulcan not going to be there. Sean trying to put it down. No, it's a pass over to Gio. Gio sends that one long. 0-second shenanigans. This is what we like to see. Sean's going to be there. Pops that one up high. Gets it done. One more jump. The double. Cotney shot off the post. Somebody extend the goal because this game would be far from over.
Yeah, Cotney just needed to sink that last shot in. Had the perfect opportunity. Had space. Had the time. And unfortunately, he just couldn't get the job done. And Dragons are so thankful they held on into overtime, and they might be able to break through. And I feel like Diversion has had so much pressure, but great defense has been had by this Dragons roster. They've been able to dodge a lot of the bumps or a lot of demos, and even when they do, there is the follow-up. They are covering for each other. They are, unfortunately, because of that, getting stuck in their own half constantly. We see Diversion holding the midfield line, not really allowing anything to go through, and just keeping the possession. I feel like Diversion has had the possession for majority of the series, but I could be mistaken as Dragons almost were able to get a goal anyways. Dragons really looking to just hold on and maybe steal this goal away, because I think they just need a mental reset from all the defense and all the stressful pressure that Diversion's had on them.
Yeah, 2 players from Diversion there looked to capitalize on Bluey's missed touch, but Vulcan was able to get the clean. I have no internet. We are alive. Does not matter. Cotney now looking for the clear. Trying to get that one towards the midfield. Sean doesn't get the best touch, so Bluey's going to intercept that one. Gio somehow does not get demoed. A huge 50. Sean K, do you have the shot? He takes it low. Cotney looking for the 50. Won by Sean K. Vulcan in the corner. Gets one. Looking for a pass out mid. Doesn't get the touch, though. So Cotney, with 0 boost, just kind of gives it to Bluey there. And now Sean on the backboard has 100. Gets it a beat around 1. Gio does not have the touch, but Vulcan does towards the ceiling. Gets the reset. Sean going to land on that one. Trying to get a good 50. It feels like Dragons have been in this Diversion half all overtime long. Diversion not finding a way through. Sean K, one touch, looking for the follow, gets a huge dunk on Cotney. The shot could be great, but Vulcan sends it just high. Now the counterattack is on. Gio send that one long to capitalize on Sean K overcommitting, but it's going to be Bluey getting the huge dunk there. Sean now does get beat by Bluey. Is that just on? It is! Dragons finally put that one away. A huge beat by Bluey, and the third man commits. Finally caught up to Diversion.
Yeah, that's been, unfortunately, Diversion's Achilles heel, is that early third man commit with how much pressure they have and how much constant cuts and boost steals and bumps. They leave the rotation very vulnerable, and when Bluey's just so quick to the ball, catches everybody off guard. He's able to get the beat perfectly, no contest. No, it was like a pinky up, but when Bluey's able to just get a full beat, nothing's going to stop it from going to the back of the net. A great play from the Dragons. Bluey stepping up as big time. I'm still looking for Vulcan to step up. I feel like I'm continuously waiting, and I want him to do so. I know he's a great player, and I know he can flash some mechanics, flash some solo plays, and I think that's going to be the difference maker. If they're not going to be able to do so, we're going to see constant games where Dragons are going to have to barely hold on to win, and play perfect defense to keep this Diversion squad from getting any presence. But if Vulcan is able to get on his game, able to get some mechs going and create space and get those solo goals that Bluey has been able to do, then I feel like Dragons are very able to come back. And I mean, right now it's a tied game. It's 2-2. We're in a best of 3 and almost a bump there coming out from Vulcan there on the backboard. Just really close opportunities, but Dragons just need to get another player going. They have Sean K going. They have Bluey going. They need Vulcan to lock in, and I think this team will find their new gear. I feel like they've been constantly holding on to the very edge of their seats, and we've been holding on to the very edge of our seats. It's been neck and neck all the last 2 games.
Yeah, Cottony now looking for the double, trying to find Gio here, who I think needs to step up. I feel like Gio has been doing a whole lot, but I need him to be the best player on the pitch, bar none. And so far, I haven't quite seen it. Vulcan now looking for the double, trying to get online. That one not going to go through. Bluey towards the ceiling, straight down. Cottony able to get the save. Sean double commits with them, so Vulcan going to pass that one over to Sean K. Sean K banks that one off the backboard. Gio going to send that one long. Bluey with 100 boost here, looking to control this one. Just bangs it right back, and a little bit of ping pong never hurt nobody, and Cottony doesn't get the touch there. Sean in the corner gets the beat on one, but Vulcan gets the bump. Gio now popping that ball up high. He still has some boost to work with. Gets the beat as well, but Bluey already back in time. He plays so well as that third man, and he gets the beat on Sean as well. Does he have the shot? No. Vulcan puts that one towards the backboard. Sean K got demoed, so no shooter, no goal. Gio now towards the corner. Gio looking for the double. Has it straight down. That shot just gonna get saved by Vulcan. I think it was just off target. Looks like it's another great opportunity. I think if Sean did not touch that ball, it was a goal. Diversion. They are still scoreless here in this game 5. A huge dunk there. Not going to result in much as Vulcan able to get the clear, but a huge bump. The shot is great, but Bluey's save is better. This Dragons defense is holding on as Vulcan gets a clear once again. Now, a huge shot from Cottony, but Gio's going to be the one looking for the pass. Cottony looking for the bump, and that's the bumps we've been seeing. There's the pass back mid. Cottony 50 is good, but Bluey is just better. Oh my goodness, Gio barely able to make that save. Sean K with a good touch, looking for the follow. These teams, they go back and forth, goal line save. There's not much separating these two. One mistake could cost you a goal, which could cost you the game. This one will be huge. Whoever wins this one goes on match point, Ventus. I've got Diversion taking it because they have a lot of pressure right now, but this Dragons team, they are stepping up.
I think I gotta have faith in the Dragons. I feel like their defense has just been too good. We see so many great saves coming out, and it seems like Diversion is starting to also lessen the quality of their shots. We've seen so many great saves coming out from Dragons that now it just seems like Diversion's throwing stuff at the wall and hoping it sticks. Maybe just trying to get some pop shots on net, seeing if they're able to just find a random hole that hasn't been found in the defense of the Dragons. And I feel like because of that, we might not see great plays coming out from Diversion. We'll see some more panicking. They're going to start to overcommit because they have all this pressure. They feel like they need to score because they have, they've basically been in the Dragons' half for the last 2 minutes, constantly just shooting shots on net. We see 10 saves to, I believe, 4, as another save having to come out Bluey just barely before hitting the goal line. And I mean, I think the Dragons will be able to find just a counterattack. They'll be able to get a couple pressure. We might just see a random solo goal from Bluey, just keeping them in it. And I think that's really what's going to end up happening, is we might see a shot here from Vulcan, but he's going to elect to take the boost.
Yeah, Sean K getting a nice touch there, trying to play that midfield line. Doesn't get the pinch, would have been a goal, but instead it's going to get cleared away by Sean. Sean now looking for a follow, trying to play Vulcan touch here. It's going to be, it is Sean on top of that one, and Sean looking for the pass down mid. Connie not going to be there for that one. Sean K gets a boomer of a clear. That one has to be met by Gio towards the backboard. Gio now looking for one more touch, gets bumped by his own teammate. Bluey with one touch. Vulcan doesn't get the read. Gio, no boost to work with, still trying to play the shot. That one towards the backboard. Bluey with a great touch towards the corner. Does get demoed though. Connie towards the midfield. Vulcan has to get the touch, and he does. Gio now playing Sean K's touch. Pops that ball up high. Not a whole lot of boost here on the side of Dragons. But Bluey is in net, and Bluey's in net. It's not a goal. That's a huge save there. Gonna force overtime with that one. Vintage, it's 0-0 overtime. I feel like these teams are just stepping up more and more as this series progresses. It's going to be a kickoff goal. Just kidding, it's not. Connie looking for a pass down mid, though. This one could be it. Huge save there from Vulcan, able to get the clear. And anyway, this feels like what it all comes down to. Whoever wins this game, I feel like is going to take so much momentum here. So it is a very important game. Like I said, the defense from Dragons has been great, but I'm going to take Diversion. I think their pressure is finally going to amount to something. They're going to get a couple demos. One mistake is all it takes here if you're Dragons. Diversion, though, looking for that opportunity. Sean not going to get the double. Vulcan looking for the pass out, going for the air dribble instead. Connie, not a great 50. Gio in the corner. Vulcan with one touch. Gio going to take it around town. Huge 50 there from Gio, but Vulcan trying to put on that pressure, and that was the Dragons on offense. Vulcan with a nice touch. Looking for the double. Doesn't have it. Doesn't have the bump either. Sean able to get the ball clear. Sean K going to be there to meet it. Connie going to try to force, and he does as Gio bangs that one long. Connie is in the corner. Vulcan doesn't have the read, and Bluey's touch is great, and able to get the air dribble as well. No pinch, though. Still staying on that ball with 0 boost. A minute into this overtime. So far, no real threatening shots I feel like have come out, and right now, what do you think this Diversion team has to do to break this Dragons offense? And I feel like, what does this Dragons team have to do to get a real good shot on net?
Yeah, I think it's going to come between Sean and Vulcan. I think that one of them is going to have a great solo play. I feel like both of them quiet players of the series. Neither of them have really had standout moments, kind of just forcing for the rest of their teammates. And I feel like they're going to be the players to step up big time if they want their team to win. Sean, I feel like, has been the limiting factor of this Diversion squad. I feel like Connie and Gio have been playing so fast with each other, and we've seen Sean K making the crucial mistakes. And I don't know what just happened there, but the double commit from Gio and Connie is the last two back. Double commit pinch out to the midfield, open net for Bluey, and Sean is nowhere to be found on the pitch, maybe looking for some more bumps and demos, but Dragons are going to be able to take it off of a random open net, misplay in the midfield, and Dragons take game number 6 in a game number 5 in a very questioning fashion.
Yeah, and they got outshot 14-6. Just so you know, that's not good, by the way. But it doesn't matter if you win the game. And, I mean, you got to shout out Bluey with 7 saves. That man literally has been saving the ball, saving his team. And he's obviously able to get that last goal as well. That one, heck, I think even DJD could hit that one. So that's just telling you. Sorry, DJD, I saw your name in the chat. There's no reason why I said that, I promise. But that one is going to be a nice cherry on top for Bluey, who I feel like has been by far the MVP of the series.
Yeah, I mean, who else, right? Like, I feel like he's the player you look at every single time with this Dragons roster. Like, obviously you say, like, oh, it's the two-headed dragon of Bluey Vulcan, but now it's kind of just become the one-headed dragon. I mean, Bluey has extended himself and elevated himself to an even crazier level of play, and he has shut down pretty much everything Diversion has thrown his way. He's been making great solo plays. He's been able to basically be unstoppable on the defensive line. And I mean, I think it's up to his team to help him out. I think that he's been playing so good. His team needs to just help him out on the offensive side of the ball. Maybe just get a random goal. Maybe get some demos in the midfield to break through. I mean, that's all you can really hope for. But a miss right there is going to be dangerous. As Sean looking for it looked like a solo play with Connie going for a bump, but he just likes to flick it over to the side. Pass there for Sean K off the 50, though. And, I mean, that's what you're hoping they're going to be able to score. Is it look for a double tap. Vulcan pre-jump for some reason. And Bluey might have an open off the bump. But, man, Dragons had a couple great opportunities, but they just kind of squandered it away. I feel like they had all of the time in the world, and they kind of just let let it go. They didn't really take full advantage of it. We saw a great demo there in the midfield. We see another good demo, but I feel like the Dragons had an opportunity to put them up early and kind of put Diversion on the back foot, and they were not able to get there. So luckily, Diversion was not able to be capitalized on, but there it is. Maybe I should not talk because I just cast a curse every time, but this time I actually want it to be because I picked Dragons to win.
This one is going to be a huge beat by Vulcan, and I think Sean, yeah, he got bumped by Sean K, so a huge bump on the back end, but that was probably the slowest Titan goal I've ever seen. Don't be too proud of yourself, Vulcan. That one is going to be the lead, though, here, and on Forbidden Temple, anything can happen, and we'll have to see, does Vulcan finally show up for the series? That one going to be a great touch by Sean K, but he did get bumped off by Sean. Sean going to try to go up for this one, has one touch towards the midfield. Gio looking for the beat, but doesn't get the beat on Bluey. Sean K up now as Cottony 50s that one towards the backboard, but again, Bluey able to get this clear, and I feel like the second man from Diversion, they're there, but they're just like an inch too close, an inch too far. It just feels like they're almost in the right spot, but right now it's just not falling to them. And Diversion trying to make a play happen. It's going to be Cottony looking for the sidewall double. Would have been a disgusting redirect if it happened, but it's going to be Sean K. Duncan. Sean showing who the big brother is. As Cottony looking for the air dribble. Bluey and Sean K do double commit, collide in the midfield. A fake is what the play needed. Diversion get their goal, getting the equalizer here. And man, that's just the Flip 10-10 classic right there.
Better than Sean, able to be the one to put it in the net. I said I wanted him to step up in game number 5. He steps up at least in game number 6. And, I mean, a good play there from Cottony to fake it, leave it for Sean, and a good 50 as well. Kind of get unlucky that the 50 went right into Sean K, right basically into their net. But, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I think that another shot opportunity, and Bluey's not going to be able to save that one. I kind of expected him to be able to with a pre-flip. Maybe a little bit of cracks in the armor, as you saw. Not a very good touch there from Sean K. Very panicked with low boost. Vulcan pre-flipping for the boost as well. Just full faith in Bluey to get the touch. And Diversion take the lead here in game number 6. Looking to push game number 7. And, I mean, the Dragons just fell apart on defense. I feel like that's the first time I've said that sentence because they had been so good before. It seems like their midfield has kind of fallen a little bit, and they've made a little bit more mistakes, which have opened up chances in their own net for the Diversion squad, and they've taken full advantage of it. But Bluey's looking to take advantage of that, and it looks like Sean backflips there, and he just misses the challenge. It looked like it would have been a straight challenge. Bluey's able to get the pop, though, around 1, tying it up once again, and I'm not really sure what happened there for Sean, but Dragons tying it up now, putting themselves back in the driver's seat to try to close the door on this series.
Yeah, and Bluey is trying to be that guy. Like, I mean, like, we know he is that guy. He's been trying to prove it all series, and he has been. A huge touch there from Vulcan, though. Sean not willing to turn on it, but Sean K is able to get the long clear. Now Sean off the sidewall. Maybe looking for Cottony. Cottony looking for Gio on the side. Gio gonna put that one towards the corner. Gio, you don't have that read, but Sean does. But Vulcan has the save. Gio's shot is gonna be saved away by who else other than the Bluey guy and Sean now. Not gonna take that one. Vulcan to the corner. Vulcan looking for one more touch here. Gets 50 by Sean. In the corner, Sean getting a flip reset. Not much more to go with it though. Gio now with some time. Trying to get the air dribble, but gets bumped. But he does get the follow-up bump on Bluey, and Sean had 0 boost in net. So that was a massive bump there by Gio. Cottony, only player with boost. Now Sean has 100 boost on the back wall now. Looking for the clear out. Maybe playing a 50 here. Sean K with 0, still able to win that 50. Cottony now. One touch, looking for the follow-up. Gets it past Bluey, but straight to Vulcan's hood. Vulcan doesn't win that 50. Gio gonna look to pass it down to Cottony. Cottony racing downfield towards the corner. Sean K just instantly jumps, gets a nice touch, gets a follow-up as well. That ball bouncing in the midfield. Gio gets popped, and a huge touch there from Vulcan as Gio would have, if that got over Vulcan, it would have been a one-on-one for Gio. But Bluey, man, you probably could have trusted him on defense anyway. Now it's just Gio in the air. Bluey gets demoed. Everybody attack. Now is the time. Vulcan up in the air. Gets the reset, gets around 1, gets around 2. Oh my goodness! Vulcan has arrived! And he goes for the demo on the last guy, but Sean had made it back after that. And now Cottony looking for an opportunity here. 30 seconds remaining. Gio Nice demo. Looking for the pass down mid. That one right over one's head, but it was a mediocre shot. If that had some air on it, maybe a better play shot could have been the deal. Instead, Sean K shows you how to shoot. Oh my
God.
goodness. That might just be the dagger of Ventus. That was an insane screamer top right corner.
Yeah, I don't think you could have placed that any better with the power he got. I mean, maybe 2 inches to the right, but like we're asking for millimeters. I mean, such a great shot, a great pass from Vulcan as well, and Bluey taking out the last defender to ensure 100% chance that this ball goes in the back of the net. A great play with 10 seconds left. They need to shut the door. Diversion need a miracle, and how better than Forbidden Temple for it to happen. But with 3 seconds left, Vulcan just faking, trying to waste time. Up to Connie. Connie taking the air dribble, looking for the reset, trying to get it past Bluey, but he doesn't get it. That ball hits the ground, and Dragons take the series in game number 6. And the defense proves too much for Diversion to handle. Bluey, masterclass series, defense impenetrable, and they go to the semifinals.
Man, a huge gain here for the Dragons. That was a massive win. To be honest, I thought Diversion were gonna make it to the finals. I had that kind of faith in them, but that one is gonna be a huge win for Dragons. And I was just thinking about Aventus. There's a reason they call like the rival team Hydra, because that's a 3-headed monster, right? But the Dragons, they're a 1-headed monster, and that's Bluey. Bluey was that team, was that defense, man. That man literally did it all. Demoed, passed, scored, solo played, saved everything. There's not enough weight that man can't carry. Like, that man can do it all. So congratulations to the Dragons, moving on to the semis, playing the Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right, Ventus?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
playing
and
Phoenix.
all the top seeds, I believe Nebula was the 4 seed, so all the top seeds made it to the next round. Phoenix is the 2, Dragons as the 3 seed, and Nebula as the 4 seed. Unless they're the 5 seed, I'm just talking blown smoke. But all of the top seeds in Titan remain, which is kind of surprising. I thought there were going to be more upsets. Titan specifically, there was so much interchanging, and I mean, down to the last game of the season, there were still 6 spots up for grabs, 2 playoff spots and 4 play-in spots. So for it to end up being like this, it's really surprising with how competitive Titan has been. It just shows that the teams at the top are at the top for a reason.
Yeah, and I will say that Nebula was the 5 seed. So one did. But I mean, there were some questionable things happening with the Blizzard roster. They almost beat them anyway. But this Titan semifinals are ready to go. But Ventus, we're not done with playoffs tonight. We're going down to the Prospect League for this next one. Ember versus Hypernova. It's going to be a good one. And thank you so much, Ventus, for casting with me. Again, congratulations on your W as well. But with that, everybody, we will be right back after a short break. And we'll see you guys then. Doses.